Today is January 25th, and Cashman has made another move. Ottavino is traded to the Red Sox, and there's more to come. And this means there's more to come, so let's just talk Yanks for a bit. How about it?
Talking Yanks with old Jomboy Jake. Recaps galore and weekly awards. Stat lines, steaming hot takes. Your Yankees news with these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old Jomboy Jake. Talking Yanks with old Jomboy Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake. In the corner is Bug Dude producing his butt off. And we were just chilling in the office, and we actually were not going to record our regularly scheduled Monday episode of Talkin' Yanks because we had the Tyone trade reaction yesterday, and we're like, nothing news happened. That suffices. No Talkin' Yanks today. And then Lindsay Adler, our dear friend from The Athletic, hits us with a tweet and says, Ottavino has been traded to the New York Red Sox. So now we got a lot to discuss and a lot to talk about. And again, I like Otto, so it's not necessarily excitement to see him go. It's just excitement that things are happening. Jake, but BBD wants to say something first, so he's going to cut you off.
Traded him to the New York Red Sox?
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Well, adrenaline's going high.
Adrenaline's high. Big baby David, James, producer Zach hanging around in the room. Hot. Jim, we're geniuses, which is huge, because we've been saying for a while
Hawaii.
That if the Yanks are going to do something more creative, I think we ended last episode with it. We've hinted towards it through the offseason. If the Yankees wanted to open things up, really the only thing cash-wise was Adam Ottavino. The Red Sox is a pretty big surprise for a couple of reasons. And yes, we are bummed out a little bit because, I mean, Adam's been awesome to us. I mean, they did the whole ESPN article where he was the team photographer, basically. He's a New York guy. We did a deep dive on how much of a fan he was, and he grew up listening to WFAN and all the New York stuff. So for him to go to the Red Sox, now he went to college in Northeastern. It's not going to be full fish out of water, and he gets paid to play baseball, so don't be too worried about him. But it sucks on a personal standpoint. The excitement comes from what are the Yankees going to do? And I mean, hey, we've been checking boxes along the way. It seems like the roadmap is there, but We'll talk about it.
We are
on this episode.
We are geniuses. You're correct, but a lot of people had the autos. We didn't weren't
process of elimination.
We weren't the first or only. Almost everyone was like, well, they might trade Otto. You know who are geniuses though? I got a couple geniuses for you. Christopher Hennessy, Tom Davis, Justin Kim, Colin Joseph, Savannah Angle, Quentin Hubner, Joe Manganello, Ross N., Brock Lewis, and Magali Silvera. Those are our most recent patrons. We thank you very much. Talkin' Yanks, patreon.com/ Talkin' Yanks. Nope. Fucked it up again. Patreon.com/Talkin' Yanks. Boom.
How about that?
Patreon announcement coming soon because we're changing the game a little bit, adding some stuff, taking some stuff
We gonna
away.
shock the world.
Whoa, I don't think so.
No,
I don't think we're going to shock
a
the
really
world.
good clip by Juwan Howard saying that in the Fab 5 documentary.
Yes.
So
yes.
it all comes together.
It all does add up. Fabulous 5 isn't anything I can use for a transition, so I'll just stay away from it and divert new. I want to, Ottavino, when right, is nasty as hell.
Gross.
And awesome guy. He's been on the show a bunch. We like Ottavino. The Yankees had no confidence in him last year, and when we were on the show, when he came on, I kind of asked him, what happened? Did they say anything? Did you know the usage? So, what I want to get to here is, one, this was a salary dump. The Yankees are literally getting nothing in return. A player to be named later, and cash it's as salary dump gets. I'm not shocked. I don't agree with the Yankees' assessment, but they didn't even have him as a top reliever last year during the regular season, nor in the playoffs. The Yankees did not use him in a top reliever. So I saw a lot of people responding and saying you're trading away talent is gross when you have a window to win. And I agree with that. And I agree that Otto is more talented than the Yankees acted like he was. But for some reason, they had no faith in him last year. They didn't even use him in the playoffs. It was very bizarre. So I think the writing was a little bit on the wall here. Like, I think that they think they can go spend $5 million on a reliever they trust more than Adam Ottavino. I don't know why they don't have any faith in him, but it was clear all last season they didn't. So from the Yankees' mindset, you can see it. I don't agree with a lot of that mindset. I think Ottavino's a stud, and they used him incorrectly. I do think the Yankees used him incorrectly his 2 years here. So, and then there was a little of a confidence thing.
Yeah, I think you have to go even further back than that, because Ottavino's first season with the Yankees, he came over and he was gangbusters. He was filthy. It was our first time watching the Frisbee live. New York guy. Paid him good money. He was leaving mostly Colorado, so you're like, okay, now that he's left there, what is he going to be? And he was gross. He was disgusting. He was the guy. I yelled at the Red Sox for not going and get Ottavino when they needed bullpen help that season. The Yankees started messing with him that year because Canely had been so gross versus lefties, and Ottavino against lefties had been okay, not as dominant as he was versus righties. So they almost started platooning those guys where Otto wasn't even getting full innings. That by the time we got to last postseason and throughout this year.
Isn't that bizarre that they, even from the jump, they paid him to be a premier reliever, but in his first year, they started splitting his innings like he was a Roogie?
Well, they just went too far with it. They went a step too far because Otto was really good to start the year, and I'm going back to his year before he hit free agency. I mean, he's El Grosso when you look at the stats. He held righties to a 142 batting average of 467 OPS. Lefties was a 179 batting average of 560 OPS. So this guy was a lights-out reliever, potential to close. And when the Yankees got him in, that's kind of what he was, but they tried to be perfect. Sometimes we say this sentence that the Yankees need to stop being the Yankees sometimes, and that's what it felt like towards the end of
we got some
two seasons ago.
And we had some people in the chat, and we thank everyone for watching live with us, trying to say he was why they didn't use him. He was bad last year. He wasn't. He had one bad outing where he gave up 6 earned runs before recording an out, and then he had another one where he gave up 3 earned runs before getting out of the inning, and that's kind of like par for the course. Every reliever is going to have that. Besides that, he was basically lights out. So don't look at his ERA. Reminder for anyone that's listening for the first time, if you bring reliever ERA to me, I'll sneeze in your face. And I don't care if I'm sick or I'm healthy. You'll get my sneeze on your face if you bring reliever ERA to me.
Bang. And yeah, at the same time, we always were waiting for an Ottavino confidence boost time to come, and that never happened. That by the time playoffs came, Otto wasn't really an option. Even we were hoping for him, and when we had him on, he said he at the same time was hoping for that. So
19 of his 24 outings, he had 0 earned runs. He had 3 where he gave up 1 run, and then he had the brutal one which drags his ERA.
Right.
So
I think more importantly, it starts turning into value, which all trades are about, and the Yankees do a salary dump. They tack on Frank Herman, or German, we don't know. Minor leaguer, highest draft pick ever out of North Florida, 6th-round pick by the Yankees, 111.1 minor league innings, more than a strikeout per inning. Maybe he's a relief pitcher flyer, but he's not. It's just the Red Sox saying, give us a warm body.
Now,
and one cold body.
You were the first one on Twitter with Frank Herman.
Whatever.
As the prospect being packaged with him.
Not a big deal.
Now, in your tweet, you said no relation to Domingo Herman.
Yes.
Did you check that?
I did.
You did?
I did,
okay.
Yeah, I did.
Because I was like, that's a risky gamble if you don't check it.
So I searched it and nothing came up. And then, just using context clues, Frank is from Florida. So, and Domingo's not. So I did take a little bit of a chance there. Or actually, he's born in Queens. So, I don't know. Unless Domingo. No, he's 23 years old. So, yeah, it's a salary dump. The Yanks are also sending over $850K. Jimmy and Cashman laughed at that for the salary dump. And what it turns into is value. So, we we think this is going to lead to more moves, which we'll talk about in a second.
It has to. It's
right, because this trade straight up for the Yankees, if this was the end, would make 0 sense. We need bullpen help. But with the reliever free agent market where it is, this opens the Yankees to go get a guy. And right now, there is a very clear argument that in this market, Adam Ottavino, 36-year-old, coming off the season he just came off of, would not be worth this amount of money.
Especially when you take into account the Yankees did not use him properly. They did not use him for what they're paying him.
/ they don't believe in him to do that role.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Which he's nasty. The confidence does waver a bit. Like come postseason, it seems like he gets in his head. And he even said that to us on a episode. Like he said, like sometimes it's my headspace on the
He's
mound.
a thinker.
Anyway, this leaves now BBD. We think it's 10 to 11 million available because the Yankees want to stay under the luxury tax, and that sucks. And I understand that. I'd love it if they didn't care about the luxury tax at all. I would prefer it if they acted like, let's just go spend money and make the best team we possibly can. I would prefer that. Some people can't accept that. So I would prefer that they're going to blow over the tax. I have accepted that they're not. So now Cashman has to make moves in the realm of the mandated stay under the luxury tax. Right. A lot of fans are having trouble with that. Like, they're so cheap. Like, why are we prioritizing luxury taps over a World Series? I agree with that.
And there's still a chance.
No, there's not.
It's tough to believe in. I mean, you were on there's a chance they go a little over. I wouldn't buy. I don't believe it either.
You don't trade Adam Ottavino if you're not staying under the tax for sure. You don't do straight salary dump.
LeMahieu structure.
Straight salary dump if you're not going to stay under.
Tanaka.
He's not coming back.
I know, but there's a world where that happens. We don't believe in that world at all.
Yeah, I don't think there's a world where that happens.
That door's a little open. And before we get into the next move, we have some bias here.
The only way that door opens is like a strong breeze comes and like a hurricane wind comes and breaks the 4 hinges that Hal's put on it.
Yeah. Hal gets something that comes to him that says, having Tanaka, Japanese market, you make $40 million. Quick math, turkey math there. I don't know the financials
yet.
Jim, I will say this, with Ottavino, yes, we believe in his talents. The Yankees never hyped him, and we are biased because he's been very nice to us, and he's a good dude. I am thinking back, and there's probably some fans that, fully wrote off Ottavino or didn't like him. The one thing that I think we can say is, like, dude, do you remember those Tampa games this year, whether playoffs or not, and it was just like, we can't even use Otto because they have all their lefties on the bench. So I know that's part of the Yankees' problem, but that was also part of an Otto problem. Like, when we're living in fear of the Rays going to their bench of G-Man Choi, Joey Wendell on a given day or whoever's there, like, it almost felt like we had our arms tied behind our back, which was a lot of Yanks, a little Otto as well.
Yeah, it's either way, whether it's Ottavino's fault and he truly couldn't be trusted against lefties, or it's the Yankees' fault and he could be trusted against Yankees. The Yankees just did not. The money did not match the usage.
Yeah.
And that's why they think they can maybe go get a Rosenthal now, a Shane Green now, another reliever now where it would be a little less, but they'd have more ability to use him. That's the thinking here. Also, there was reports that as soon as they signed DJ, they called Brett Gardner, and the agent was like, we knew. We've just been chilling. Like, oh, you're done? You're ready for us now? Because we can wait another month. We don't care. We're like, fine.
Nobody knows who my agent is.
Cashman called Brett Gardner's agent like, hey, I know Brett's probably been getting pretty antsy. And he was like, oh, I haven't talked to Brett once.
I don't think Brett Gardner's agent has a phone.
No, he does.
Just emails. Like, he's got one of those old iPods that has Wi-Fi. That if you connect to the Wi-Fi, you can use it to text and stuff.
Wi-Fi. Okay.
But yeah, no cellular.
Gardner might come back now. They have room for that.
What percentage are we on that?
I'm pretty high. I don't see him going anywhere else. A lot of the internet is fighting for Jock over Gardner. I don't think there's that much of a difference there that I'd rather Jock than Gardy. Their numbers they have different strengths to their game, but it's not incredibly different. Like Gardner plays a great left field and plays center field and is fast and hits righties. Jock crushes righties. Jock has power. Gardner has speed. I was doing a lot of combining their numbers and looking at them, and it's not it's not drastic enough for me to not. I like Brett Gardner. I like having him as a Yankee. The outfield will get injured. You want a guy that can go out there and provide something that everyone else can't. I wouldn't be upset if they went with Jock or someone else over Gardner, but just pick him up.
It's one of those funny things, I think, as baseball fans, we see, lefty guy that can play the corner outfield. And if you haven't kept up with the Dodgers, I mean, I haven't, but we tune in now more with Talkin' Baseball ad. Like Jock Peterson hasn't been a center fielder since 2015.
I saw like 2016 or 17. He had a couple games.
2017, he had 72 starts in center field, but the defensive numbers were horrible. Like, he's a corner outfielder at this point in his career, and that's the point I always try to drive home about Brett Gardner, is the fact that he can still play a good center field is insane.
And you got to remember, they traded for Talkman because they had no other center fielders at the time. It was because Hicks got hurt, so it was Gardner, and that's all. So they traded for Talkman right at the end of spring training, pushed Wade aside, and they said because Talkman can play all three outfield spots, and they didn't think Wade could. So you need someone that can play it. Right now it's Greg Allen. Don't even compare Greg Allen's bat and Gardner's bat with me, or their bat. Gardner can still hit righties.
Gardner ended up having an okay season. He raked in the playoffs. And it's, again, piano could fall on Brett Gardner and he'd find his way into the Yankees lineup. So I think it's happening. I'm like 95%. Like, there hasn't been any other team buzz.
Just wonder the money.
Yeah.
And the reliever they're going to go get now.
$4 to $5 million, and maybe if they get
Can I tell you something
tricky with
else?
the buyout, yeah.
Sign Gardner, sign a reliever. A trade still has to happen.
Oh.
There's still so much that has to happen. The 40-man is
talking 40-man stuff.
The 40-man.
Ottavino cleared a spot.
No. They needed one more guy off for Tyone.
He was on the 40-man. Otto.
Yes, but they have Kluber, Tyone, and DJ coming on. So the 40-man's full again.
Right.
So if they pick up Gardner and a reliever, you need to clear two more.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
To do that, yes.
So there's more signings and trades coming. We're not even, the dam isn't even
this
close
opened up
to
the
being
board.
shut.
This is what we ended last episode with. If they were going to trade Ottavino, that opens up a lot of cash, and we're assuming that it's Gardy and a reliever. We're both on that, but that could also mean two 40-man guys are going to have to move. Is it DFA? Is it trade for nothing? Is it trade for Yimi Garcia, which we keep talking about?
What's my Yimi Garcia trade?
I think are you Talkman and the 40-man guy? I think you were just Talkman, but maybe we'll throw in, I guess he is on the 40-man.
Talkman's on the 40-man.
Yeah.
And if you re-sign Gardner, then you have two center fielders there.
Your insurance, yeah.
So Talkman and a younger guy for Yimi Garcia? Is that what I want? I don't even know if I want this.
Yeah, no, we don't. We've just made this up.
Yeah. Why did I land on, and this was a bunch of episodes ago, why did I land on Yimi Garcia?
You just said, it was the Talkman interest ep, I believe. And then we kind of went down a wormhole like, okay, if Mike Talkman is even good defensively and serviceable, he's got a few years left and he can rack up some more, you trade him for a reliever.
Oh, and because the Marlins wanted a lefty corner outfielder.
Yeah, so Jeter's there. Yimi Garcia was pretty good last year. The Marlins are going to get crushed in the NL East this year.
Also because Yimi is what my name is.
Right.
For people with accents.
Yes.
Foreign accents.
Yimi.
Shout out Oakman.
Oakman, if you're listening, we love you.
Where is he from? He's not listening. No. He didn't like me, actually, and I don't think I like him either. So can you please take that back? He was kind of a dick. He's from Egypt, I think. I think he's from Egypt. Or Cairo. No. Morocco. He's from Morocco.
Yeah.
Yimi.
And I'm seeing people in the chat right now. I'm seeing excitement to go get a Jock or get Eddie Rosario. And don't get me wrong, if something like that happened, we would get excited about it. But I do think the center field thing is a huge aspect of that. The same people that are probably yelling, "Go get Jock, go get Eddie Rosario," are the people that got mad that Hicks was swinging a golf club last weekend because he's had injuries. So Brett Gardner is a really nice insurance piece and like part of the fabric of the Yankees, and he's still good.
I wasn't excited about Hicks swinging as hard as he was swinging.
I get it.
I'm not going to tell him not to.
Right.
But if I'm Cashman, I'm kind of like that. That's probably my reaction.
To the room. Golf.
I know a lot of guys golf.
Yeah. He's just good enough that it happens on camera. You know?
Barazito couldn't surf.
No. But he got a lot of money to not surf.
Yeah. It's true.
A lot of money.
How many sneaky surfing sessions do you think Barazito went on?
Thousands.
He did not surf.
Yeah. I mean, I think Barry's come out and started like saying that he wasn't he didn't have that athlete next level mindset. I think he did some crazy stuff. I think his house was like behind Britney Spears or something, and they just used to like partay.
Okay.
Look up Barry Zito neighbor.
All right. Interesting development.
What
here.
reliever do you want?
I don't care.
Okay.
There's a lot of good ones out there. Everyone wants Rosenthal. He was pretty good last year.
He was nasty last year.
I don't know the prices out there, though. Brad Hand got 1 year, $11 million.
And everyone's crapping on Brad Hand, which is kind of confusing. So I don't know. Like, I think Rosenthal is out of our price range.
That's what I'm trying to say. If Brad Hand gets 1 year, $11 million, I think Rosenthal's out of the price range as well. They have to get a reliever now, right? They don't have anyone in the pen. It's Chapman, Britton, Chad. Then you draw a big old line.
Big old line.
Then you drew like ... to make sure people know that they're very separate columns.
Of vertical ellipses.
And who's there? Loizaga, Sessa, Nelson. Like those are the three guys that the Yankees want to become next level. But as fans, I think King could translate to the bullpen maybe.
Currently, Fangraphs has Chapman, Britton, Chad, Loizaga, Sessa, Nelson, Ben Heller replaces Otto, and Albert Abreu.
Yeah, because they have King still as a starter.
Yeah, and right now this has Davey, King, and Clark starting the year in AAA. So
that could be very much there.
Yeah, it's in play. I mean, injuries, blah blah blah. But they have to go get a free agent reliever.
So who are
a trade, right?
Or a trade. Who are the free agent relievers? Yeah, and mind you, this clears space, right? But they can fill that space with a trade. They can go find a reliever out there that's making $3 million right now with 2 years left and grab him.
Right.
Probably earmark a decent amount for a mid-season trade.
Yeah, we know they're going to leave a little buffer. They always do that. The guys that are out there, Alex Colomé, Trevor Rosenthal, Justin Wilson, Melanson, your guy, Jim, Soria, Shane Green, Doolittle, Jeffress. Who else do we like here? Aaron Loop was twirling it last year for those Rays.
Keone Kela, injured last year, but
we can't get another injured guy.
I've got a question.
But they will. It's an injured team.
What if the Yankees go kind of grab bag?
Oh.
And they go like Jeremy Jeffress, Doolittle, and Aaron Loop.
Figure out a D-Rob reuniting.
D-Rob, yeah. Out with Aaron Loop.
Can I? Okay. Can you remind me that I have another conversation I want to have after this one?
Another convo post this convo.
None of those names excited me.
Okay.
I mean,
right.
It's like Shane Green, pretty good. Rosenthal, but if we think those guys are out of the price range.
I think Shane Green is in the price range. I think Rosenthal's out.
Okay.
Doolittle's a friend.
Unless they go years with it, which, again, we saw them do that with DJ LeMahieu.
Multiple years in lower AAV.
Like, I'm sure Trevor Rosenthal is getting a lot of 1 for 10, maybe 2 for 18 if the Yankees were to go 3. And, they've made their bet with DJ and everybody else. It'd be interesting to see. So I guess nothing's off the board. They can get creative. You can always have buyouts and things like that as well. So stuff's in play.
I wanted to. What was the website I was using when I was doing player? When we did it for, God.
What's the question? And then I can help you.
I found it.
Okay.
I want to go find trade
No
possibilities real quick.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yimmy trades.
Well, we did this,
yeah.
and we landed on Tyone and Musgrove were the best options. Turns out the Yankees were trying to trade for Musgrove and Tyone. They just got Tyone. So I think that if we play this game, which surely Cashman and his friends play, his friends, just a bunch of his buddies.
What's up, guys?
There's like one guy there that just...
Who do you guys like out there?
Yeah. All right, so we need only... Let's see, I'm going to look at like a couple, like $4 million or less relievers.
Okay.
Go get Michael Givens from Colorado.
Sure.
Okay.
We wanted him last deadline.
Yeah, we did. Shun Yamaguchi from the Blue Jays.
Hates pitching. Only problem about him.
That does suck for him. Let's see. We got, I mean, there's a lot of these guys.
The last thing the Blue Jays want to do is give the Yankees.
I'm trying to scroll through and see if there's teams that are trading. Nick Whitgren from the Indians.
I think he's good. I think they want him, though.
Well, they will trade him soon.
Yeah, it's true.
Yimi Garcia. He lands on this list.
I mean, Yimmy Garcia is going to be a Yankee.
What about Buck Farmer?
Don't say that on air.
Miguel Castro from the Mets.
We were on him last year. I think they want him, though.
Pagan. He hasn't been traded in a while, and he gets traded every year.
To get traded. But I think they need bullpen as well.
Amir Garrett.
We've been on that one. That would
Amir
be
Garrett's
cool.
making $1.5 million. Go trade for Amir Garrett.
I'm in on that.
Okay.
Yeah,
How many?
Pinstripe Strong Boys have been in on that? Yeah.
But he's got 3 years, so you need to.
You'd have to give a prospect.
You have to give up something.
But it's also a reliever, and relievers aren't valued anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, a reliever who's starting to get paid doesn't have crazy. We wouldn't have to empty the tank on that. I like that.
Okay, so that's what we've landed. We want Amir Garrett
and Yimmy Garcia.
and Yimmy Garcia. Oh, look, you want Ryan Brazier?
No. Crooked. Broken.
Okay. I kind of for real hurt my neck.
Yeah,
right there.
dude. You got to be careful with that.
You know when you get a kink in your neck, I think I'm going to feel this for a couple of
I
days.
pulled a muscle in my back and
I
was wrong
hate
for like 8 months.
Brazier.
And he lives like that.
Adam Simber. Marlins just picked him up.
Oh, Grosso. We can't do that.
Okay.
Underarm Grosso. Yanks.
I don't want an underarm guy. Oh, they just go get David Hale back again. Hailstorm.
And that's obvious. But is he on Philly?
Yeah.
I mean, he's the heart of their team. He's the heart of their bullpen.
Like, Philly's got to know they aren't allowed to have him much longer.
And then the other guy is like Crick from the Pirates. Kella Crick. So what we landed on is if it was us, we'd try to go get Amir Garrett in a trade. Very cheap. You get him for 3 years.
Trade for Amir Garrett.
And the team that he's on is trading people.
Trade for Amir Garrett. And I kind of want one of the impact guys. I know it's greedy. I don't think they're getting Rosenthal. But I think Rosenthal's good. So
What's he projected to get?
I mean, Fangraphs hasn't been great. They were low on Hendricks. They were high on Hand. They have him getting a 2 for 13, which I don't buy. If Brad Hand is getting 1 for 10, I think Rosenthal's sexier than Hand right now.
Maybe they're saying Rosenthal, he's got
a pass
history and stuff. If he can guarantee another year of employment, he might take the per year discount.
Can you talk yourself into Melanson because he was fun on the Braves?
No.
Okay, I knew you couldn't. No. We can do Shane Green.
Sure. D-Rob. Pick him up.
Okay.
Adam
Let's
Warren.
get one trade guy, one free agent, Gardy. And then I still want a weird veteran bench play.
I know, but that's a non-roster invitee to spring
Yeah,
training.
like it's a little thing. Todd Frazier, Jason Kipnis.
Want me to text Todd?
Text Todd. Tell him to sign with the
Todd
Yanks.
just did a school reading at my nephew's school. I have a video of it. You want to watch it? He came in. He read to the kids. Very
Not
nice,
right now.
Very nice
I'd
guy.
be interested.
Very nice guy. Okay, we have one more conversation that I reminded
One
you I
more
wanted to
convo.
have. It's kind of a whispered conversation because it's not a great spirit. Why are people that are people that are assessing the Tyone trade? Why are they saying that Mickey Yahore is MLB ready? I feel like everyone's lying to Pirates fans. He hasn't even pitched ever in AAA. And when he came up only because of injuries in MLB for the Yankees, and he didn't look amazing, and he's definitely not MLB ready. And everyone keeps, all the professional assessors are telling Pirates fans he's MLB ready, and that they can plug him into the rotation. And they're lying to Pirates fans, and I don't appreciate it. But I like Mickey Yahore, so I'm not trying to be rude to him.
Let me know when you want to have a conversation.
He's not MLB ready, and they're just lying to Pirates fans.
You have to understand the definition of MLB ready. Yahore, his stuff is his stuff. You remember and you laughed when he came up. They basically pooped on his stuff, said he wasn't that good. So what that basically means is like Miggy Yahoo's a battler. If they want to throw, like, he's not going to get a ton by staying in the minor leagues. So if Pittsburgh wants to use him, they can. He's still pretty young. And, hey, Jim, 7 good innings for the Yanks last year. 1.29 ERA. Let Miggy be Miggy.
Guess how many innings he has above
Let Miggy be Miggy.
A-ball?
How many?
18. He has 18 innings above A-ball. And all these people
Lights
are saying
out.
he's MLB ready, and he's not.
Lights out.
I don't get it.
3.47 ERA plus last year. Electric.
Just weird to me. I saw it multiple places, and I was like, what are they talking about?
Well, I also think you need to consider that if Miggy Yahoo is fine for our AAA, he's MLB ready for the Pirates this year.
Ooh!
It's real.
Ooh!
Oops.
Ooh! Hang on to this beat real quick. We're still in it.
Oh. Oh.
Zing.
Okay. Well, I was honest. It wasn't a joke. How many guys from Pittsburgh's major league roster make the Yankees right now?
Some relievers.
Like 1. They stink.
On purpose a little bit.
Yes.
Besides Cole Tucker.
Yeah, hot.
Hot. Awesome. Okay. That's the Ottavino trade and what's going to happen next. We'll miss you, Otto. Love you, dude. He's going to crush the Yankees. Because he crushes righties and the Yankees are all righties.
Yeah, we're going to see him a lot this year, and he's going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay, though.
The young guys also loved Otto.
Yeah?
King, Schmidt. We interviewed those guys and they liked him.
It's a dude.
Okay.
Think Otto yells at DJ? What the hell, man? Why'd you have to resign?
Yeah. Pushing me out.
Push me out of my dream job?
I liked it here.
Kind of messed up.
My neck is fucking killing me.
Yeah.
And we're out. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you. We will be back on Wednesday, regularly scheduled Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Unless something else happens, more things will happen now. And that's kind of exciting.
That is exciting.
Go Yanks. Tell them,
Yeah,
Grams.
Oh, Yankees.